Thank you, Mr. Chair. Historically, Republicans have been the ones who have really used absentee mail-in voting, as you call it. But in this last election, we definitely did see more Democrats pick up and start to use mail-in balloting. We saw that 65% of Biden's votes in Georgia did come from absentee voting, and we saw that 35% of Trump's voters did use mail-in voting. That's almost 500,000 folks who voted for Trump who actually used mail-in voting. So clearly over time, mail-in voting has now become more bipartisan. And so it just seems kind of odd to me that you are testifying and launching an attack on using mail-in voting, because I just don't remember from other Republicans, I don't remember in general there being such an attack against absentee voting when it was mostly Republicans using it. So it seems to me that this new kind of upspring about Democrats, largely Black and brown voters who are using mail-in voting as of this year so much, it just really seems interesting to me that this is such a hot topic now about why people are using mail-in and exactly the process that goes along with it. I mean, I would encourage everybody to disregard your testimony. I mean, no disrespect to you, but it just, to me, a lot of the things that you're saying just don't make a lot of sense. And it is interesting that you did talk about your civil rights credentials and committees and things that you've served on, because you definitely have said things like you think it's okay to write down license plate numbers of voters.
That's not true. That's absolutely not true. Never
I would
said
ask
anything of the like.
You've said that people are
No.
playing the race card, ignoring the history of voter suppression in this country for Black and brown voters. So I just think that I just want to shed some light on the perspective of which you're coming from. My specific question is, why are you now launching such an attack against absentee voting? Because almost
Mr.
500,000 voters in Georgia voting for Trump, that's a lot of votes. This is a bipartisan effort to use mail-in voting. So just tell me exactly why you're launching
Right.
this.
First of all, you're
Mr.
making
Adams,
this.
please do not comment any further on this.
Well,
She's made her statement. That's enough. We have pending litigation. I would ask that you not respond any further to her,
Well,
please.
I understand that, but she said some things that weren't true that I said. So I feel compelled to explain. I'm not coming at this from a Republican. I'm coming at this from somebody who's watched absentee balloting for a very long time. And by the way, I was against expanded absentee balloting 5 years ago before this was a partisan issue. So that's the first response. Secondly, those things you said that I said, such as license plates, flamingly false, and defamatory.
Representative Turner has his hand up.